Raymond Schenk. I am the chairperson of the Kowie Pigeon Racing Club in Port Alfred in the Eastern Cape. And I have been the chairman of the Kowie Pigeon Racing Club for the past 13 or 14 years. I joined the club way back in 2007, and I've been racing with that club ever since. I have, however, been in the pigeon sport for much longer than that. I used to live in Gauteng, and I used to fly at the Horizon Racing Pigeon Club in Roodepoort, and I was also at some stage the vice chairperson of the West Rand Pigeon Union. Now I joined the Kowie Pigeon Racing Club, as I said, way back in 2007, after having stopped racing pigeons for a couple of years, since about 1994, so that's about 13 years. I sort of skipped for a number of years, and then I started pigeon racing again. The Kowie Pigeon Racing Club was established, as far as we can sort of ascertain, because obviously over the years people come and go, but it would seem that it was probably in 1974, and from what I can understand, unfortunately I wasn't around at that stage, certainly not in the Port Alfred area, but it would seem that there were some bumpy and challenging times between 1974 and the early 1980s, and but I mean, since the early 1980s the club has been functioning very well over the years, although I mean, over the years, looking back at the first number of members were very few, and I mean, for most of the times, if they never really exceeded about 10 members. We have grown over the time, and last year we had a total number of 17 members. So yes, I think that there is still some future for the pigeon sport, and if we can just overcome the challenges of costs, I think that you know, once again we will be able to gain more members. The club has grown since I joined in 2007. Last year we had 17 members. Now it doesn't sound a lot, but pigeon racing isn't a mass kind of a sport. So it's a sort of a selective kind of sport where you find the odd person because he enjoys pigeons and animals and what have you. So yes, we do fly in different or with different unions. The Kowie Pigeon Racing Club flies with the Border Homing Union, which is East London, and so we transport our birds from Port Alfred to East London on a Thursday evening when we basket. The East London clubs, the Border Homing Union, also a basket on a Thursday, and then our panniers are then loaded onto the BHU transporter and transported to the race point. We do, however, compete with them, and we actually do quite well in our competitions with them. There are times when we have won quite a few union or competition winners, and so yes, we are very happy to fly in with the BHU, and it suits us as a club, and yeah, I think that you know, there's a lot of potential to go forward. We've been flying with the BHU now for about 5 years, and it's worked very well for us. Pigeon sport, unfortunately, is a fairly expensive sport, so it does limit a lot of people from entering into the sport, and so you know, those are one of the challenges that we need to look at, and hopefully we can somehow overcome that. Obviously, the biggest cost in the pigeon sport is the transport. And because, I mean, you know, with the petrol prices and vehicle prices and what have you, that is a huge cost for the pigeon fancier. If we look at the achievements of the club, you know, the club, the members within our club, the Kowie Pigeon Racing Club, are obviously very competitive amongst themselves, and we have strong competition within our club. And then obviously, as I said before, that we do have another competition within the or with the Border Homing Union, and so that competition is also obviously very stiff, so I think we have achieved quite a lot looking back over the years, and looking back over the years that we have flown with BHU. We have certainly achieved quite a lot, and that inspires the younger people to do better. Our members are very close to each other. In other words, we assist each other. You know, it doesn't really matter to us who really wins. We are excited about winning any race, and yes, everyone is competitive, but at the same time we encourage each other, and I think that is the strength of the club, is that there is no animosity, and we encourage whoever wins is a great win for the club. So yes, I think that inspires the younger people to do better. Challenges with pigeon racing, obviously, you know, within the Eastern Cape, I believe that it is tough to fly in the Eastern Cape, because we fly predominantly with headwinds, so the birds have to work hard to get home, and I believe that probably some of the best birds in the country will be found in the Eastern Cape, because we fly predominantly headwinds, and the terrain also, you know, makes it a bit more difficult for birds to orientate. So yes, I think it's, and I think at the same time, the inspiration that younger people gain from looking up to older members, I think that is of some importance within our club, that we certainly help all our members to do better. Okay, my advice to other chairpersons of other clubs is, I think one must try and establish a club and a membership that work together very well. So I think one has to exercise patience, and one has to have, I think, people's knowledge, and to be able to draw people together and to get people to work together. Because if you get all your members to work together, you have a happy club. And that I must say about the Kowie Pigeon Racing Club, we've got a very happy club. And we often have quite a few socials during the year, braais after our results are read and what have you. And I think that draws people together, and it gets us to be able to interact and talk about pigeons in a more relaxed manner, rather than just competing all the time. So I think it's important to get people to also relax and enjoy the sport, and not only to be competitive. Yes, I think we are all competitive, because that's why we fly pigeons. I think if we wouldn't fly pigeons if we weren't competitive. So I do believe that the important aspect of any club is to create an esprit de corps, that people can come together and feel that the club belongs to all the members. And this is the mistake that many people make, is that they want to believe that the club only belongs to the chairperson. No, the club belongs to all the members, and I think we need to involve all the members in decision making, so that everybody can feel part of being part of the club, and feel that they can contribute something towards the goodwill of the club. And I think that's important for people to remember.